Richard Ashcroft, Check the Meaning. Well, Carl, you're chuffed, aren't you? What's happened? What's just happened? Tell the listeners what's happened.
This has sparked you up a bit.
Steve's just called up. He's putting an offer for the futon and the table.
Yeah.
I think he definitely wanted it, but I said, look, you know, think about it over the weekend.
Yeah.
Give
You're not a hustler.
No, well, I'm not going to rush him into it, because once he's got it, he can't bring it back. I'm not messing about.
No.
So the bloke said, what sort of wood is it? Carl said, sort of like a light brown colour. He went, what, beach coloured? Carl went, depends what beach you're on. Which was nice.
You do understand there's a wood that's called beach.
Well, he's happy, he likes the sound of it, nice plum cover. He's gonna be,
Yeah. It's Carl going, that'll go with Magnolia, he walks around, he's just going, I'll tell you what, looked nice in his spare bedroom. It was like an episode of Changing Rooms. It was like listening to an episode of Carl.
He did the deal in under 3 minutes, wasn't it?
It was pretty good, didn't he?
He phoned it about halfway through in that song, so you worked pretty quick, Carl, I gotta say. It's your Manx scally way.
I'm sure we're not allowed to do this, though.
No, I think it's highly criminal.
Yeah.
Have you got anything? Are you getting
Well, I'll tell you, I am moving shortly, so I mean, I might come in next week, I could have a couple of
I threw away a desk the other day.
I've got to get rid of a bed, a chair, because you know I'm pretty tall. This is so pathetic. When I moved up to London, my dad said, well, you want to be careful, because, I mean, the seating in a lot of these London pads, it's bad seating, very low backs, fashionable, isn't it? Fashionable chairs and stuff. You're a big guy, 6'7", you need, like, a decent chair. We went to a shop, it was like a second-hand furniture shop, right? I bought this chair, very high backed.
Why did you buy that? For a solo, I love that.
It was just a chair, so I could sit in my room and watch TV.
But was it a soft chair, or was it a wooden chair?
It was kind of like a sort of, well, let me explain, because it's kind of like an armchair, but it's kind of got wooden arms. So I get this chair, I bring it up to London, I'm thinking, this is a great chair, this is a wonderful chair. I'm gonna be watching TV, everyone else is going to be in agony. You know, but I've got this lovely chair, right? And I brought it up and someone went, they looked at it, they went, isn't that an orthopaedic chair? And I looked at it again, right, and I realised it's kind of white cleanable. It's made of some kind of fabric that allows you to just mop it down with a wet cloth.
Why?
Because I think it came from an old people's home.
Oh.
You know when you see, like, old people in some kind of social room in an old people's home, just sat watching a little crappy old TV, and you can wipe everything clean. It's one of those chairs.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So if anyone's, maybe they've got an elderly relative.
Didn't you keep slipping off?
And it's also the most uncomfortable chair I've ever, because unless you've got chronic back pain, it's just the most uncomfortable chair. It makes you sit bolt upright, if not slightly forward.
You've done a good sell on it. I think, either the phones are going mental.
Well,
how much do you want for that, Steve?
If you've had a recent accident, or you've got a disabled, or someone in the house who's just, elderly, then you might want to get in touch. I'm happy to even take that off, man, for 25 quid.
This is so wrong.
25 quid, I'll take that. Whether you're setting up an old people's home, you know, it's a little pet project.
Yeah, you don't get a lot of grant, and we can help.
Exactly.
We can I mean, because Steve's such a high flyer, I mean, if it really is a good cause, they just give it to you.
Well, let's not rush into anything, really. I like to assess each case, you know, individually.
Yeah,
but certainly if you are a charity, then I might go for 20 quid. You take it off my hands for 20 quid. But otherwise 25, and I tell you, it's in good condition, because I haven't really sat on it.
5 quid off if you really are.
You know, and there were some stains, I've wiped them clean. You know,
oh dear. Well, that's fantastic. So we've
I'll tell you what we should resuscitate next week, Swap Shop. The multicoloured Swap Shop.
Honestly,
there's a great format.
But there's a couple of things I've always wanted to get back at. Swap Shop is one of them, and the other one is Superstars.
I don't remember Superstars.
Superstars was great, because it was like the people of their time. So you'd have like people like nowadays, you'd have Beckham and what's his name? Who's a tennis player?
Rosetsky.
Yeah, Rosetsky, and they have to compete, so all these people have to compete at each other's sports, and they have to choose 7 out of 10 sports. And there's a leaderboard, and there's a big final. Oh, Keegan came off his bike.
It's
Brian
not
Jacks
like
always used to win it. No, it's real sports.
It's
proper sports. It's 100 metres, tennis, weightlifting, all the real sports that you can't do your own sport.
Well, I know you're a pretty big guy now in British TV. You're a bit of a big shot. What do you reckon? Pull some strings?
Let's get it back on there. Superstars.
Superstars, sounds fantastic.
Me, Johnny Vegas, Peter Kay. For the bigger fella, I think, maybe. The comedy superstars. What we got next? We've got a bit of Springsteen, haven't we?
Let's play Springsteen. This is a track from his current album, The Rising. A lot of people think Bruce is a bit MOR, a bit middle of the road or whatever, but, you know, I just think, piss off.
Yeah.
I just think, screw you.
I just think, get lost, you.
Yeah.
Imagine this, you're open top caddy.
Yeah,
you're just going around Route 66. You're going home maybe for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
To see your folks. Just turn up the radio, if you are.
Play the tune.
Probably
Carl.
not, though.
That just reminded me when I brought so stop it for a second. Just realised when I brought a woman back and she saw the orthopaedic chair. You bring a woman back to your pad. Oh, it's embarrassing.
And the harness.
Yeah. And the truss.
Yeah, and, yeah. Can you give me those 2 splints? I'm sorry? Those 2 splints there. Well, I've got to go. Have you?
Is this a potty under the bed? The Rising, title track from Bruce Springsteen's current album.
Great
The Rising.
track.
Yeah, it's good.
Great. It's that feeling of it's melancholy and uplifting. We've had quite an interactive show so far because we've got a call that Superstars is coming back. It's due to come back in the BBC schedules, which is great. It's apparently was Steve Redgrave is one of them. I just don't think will professional footballers be allowed to take part these days though. When they're on 50 grand a week, you can't really have them falling off bikes and their ankles, can you?
In McCaskill last night.
Yeah, I'm Celebrity Thick Club, yeah.
Ian McCaskill.
Oh, he fell off his bike about 3 times, didn't he? Oh, did you see Celebrity Thick Club?
No, I haven't seen it.
There was a great moment where they had to go into a thing called a bod pod, and you sit in it, and it's quite space age, and it analyses you, and it tells you percentage body fat. Now, I think, men are meant to be about sort of, 15 to 25% body fat, women are meant to be like about 20 to 30 body fat. And they all went in there, and, it went in there and it said, in McCaskill, and it came up, 34% body fat or whatever, slightly overweight. I'm gonna come to the 38% overweight. Then it went, the other one, 45% body fat, obese. Then it went, Jono.
Did it say, I don't want to tell you?
Yeah. And then it went, 50% body fat, very obese. Then Rick Waller was sat in there, and it came up 60% body fat. And I wanted it to come up slug. But it came up more with it 60, you are 60% fat.
So 60% of him is fat?
Yeah. 60% of his entire makeup.
That's extraordinary.
It is,
well, you know my feelings about Waller.
Well, then let's go on to it.
Well, that's the reason I don't watch the show, actually.
I do feel a bit sorry for him, and he is, I think he is trying, although the fella there, thinks he's not trying. So I don't know who to believe, Steve.
Sure. Yeah,
I don't know who to believe Waller, and he does get pains in that, and he is a bit...
The problem is, right, he does like his food.
Yeah, we all like our food.
But if he didn't do the exercise, he wouldn't be as hungry. And he might not get fat.
This is a whole new nutritional outlook.
Absolutely.
So you're saying, don't exercise and carry on eating, and that's interesting. Let me write that one down. I will send that to the British
Nutritional Organisation.
Yeah, no, that's good. Karl Pilkington. Okay, well, no, that's a good...
I'm no doctor or anything.
Whoa, come on, stop being so bloody modest.
Please.
You are a doctor. You're not a doctor, seriously. You didn't qualify. That's interesting.
You dropped out early, or?
That's mad. That is mad.
I mean, you're as good as doctor, you just didn't get the paperwork or whatever. You just didn't turn up for the exam.
He was just saying that Bruce Springsteen, depressed him a little bit.
Yeah.
Because it reminds him of when he worked in the supermarket. And, it's funny how a song can do that, take you right back there. He went, yeah, nothing else can do that. I said, well, actually, smell is the most evocative sense, because smell is linked to memory in the brain. And he went, yeah, they probably said that before music, though. And now all science are going, we better revisit this because there's music now. Yeah. We've had this theory knocking around for, 10,000.
I went to see Bruce, you'll be pleased to know. I just want the fans of the show to know that I did make it to Bruce Springsteen's concert last week. And, he started with that song we just played, and it was dynamite. I mean, he never let up. Almost 3 hours, he rocked the joint. He's 53, he was sliding across, it was pure rock and roll. Pumping our fist, sliding across the floor on his knees, he was jumping on the piano. It was real Jerry Lee Lewis rock and roll. And, it was dynamite. And, I just was looking around though, and when I am the trendiest person at a gig,
oh dear,
then I'm in trouble. Do you know what I mean? And there was some of the people there, I imagined, on Amazon.com, it says like, people who bought X also bought Y.
Yeah.
And I think people who bought tickets for Bruce probably bought tickets for Martin Knopfler.
Yeah,
Dave Gilmour.
Yeah,
Pink Floyd, without Pink Floyd.
But
Stevie Nicks.
But there's also, then there's also, all the monsters rock. They probably buy Stones when they visit,
Yeah.
And probably Tina
Turner. It's the blue wash jeans.
Yeah.
You know, it's the small waistcoats.
Yeah.
Over a denim shirt.
Plaid shirt, maybe sort of like Timberlands. Nothing wrong with Timberlands. I'm not. That's libelous.
Sure.
No.
Sure.
See, I've done it again.
But so it was hell getting out. I couldn't find. I mean, I went to the tube and it was a nightmare because some of the tubes weren't running. I just said to my friend, "I'll sod this," you know. Stormed off, trying to find a cab. Couldn't find a cab. Wandering around Wembley, just livid. I mean, fuming because I couldn't find a cab. I was screaming because I was going. I've got money. I'm on the radio. I've had a TV show. I've got the cash. I'm willing to spend it. There's no one who can help me get home. And I was.
I've seen him shout this in Brewer Street.
Yeah.
Just to stand in the middle. Go on.
And I was thinking to myself, what would you have done though? Because in the end, I just sat in a little cafe, had something to eat. But you, I mean, if you couldn't get a cab, what would you have done? Just because there's a couple of, there's a couple of hotels near Wembley. I was thinking you'd have just checked in.
Yeah, and just
and stayed till the morning.
Yeah, when there's a cab, let me know.
But I was thinking, because you were thinking of going, would you have booked a cab beforehand?
Yeah.
Would you have thought to do that?
Yeah, I'd have got a cab there and I'd have booked a cab.
One of
somewhere.
the helicopters just took you back home.
Yeah.
Oh, he's having a dig, isn't he?
He's having a laugh, isn't he?
Blimey.
Yeah. Yeah.
Play the ads.
Yeah.